Hey, welcome back friends, TechTail here, and today I want to go over the May Aura sale. A lot of these auras are going for a very good price. It's not nearly as much as I would have hoped for the sale to be, but there are quite a few auras that are on a pretty good deal. First things first, I do want to mention that I am going to severely kind of go towards the combat auras because combat auras are absolutely essential for combat in a lot of situations. They make it so much easier to do the combat or the high level PVM that they are probably the first thing you should buy. But if you are a skiller or if you are leaning more towards skilling, you may want to be picking up these skilling auras. I will mention the legendary ones, how good they are in my opinion, but I'm going to skip over the supreme and lower tier ones because they're just going to be duplicates of that. All in all, though, I would highly recommend going towards combat before skilling. So let's go ahead and start from the start. Vampirism, you should pick it up first. Before you pick up anything else, if you don't have Vampirism, grab it. It's very good for Slayer, so any skiller is going to want this. It's also very good for multitude of bosses at the low to mid tier of PVM as well. So grab this. It's a 50% discount and doesn't require any other prerequisite auras. Next one to mention is Dark Magic. Is probably a tier 3 aura. It's something that you will use sometimes, but not very often. It does give a 25% discount and doesn't have any other prerequisites to get it, so it is a decent grab during this. The Legendary Dedicated Slayer, I personally would skip just because it reduces the amount of Slayer points that you get, but it does increase the Slayer XP slightly because you get longer tasks. So up to you. If you want longer tasks, go ahead and grab this up. Legendary Flameproof, absolutely skip it. It just gives you a decrease to your burning food, which is completely useless now that we have the ability to never burn food. Legendary Focus Siphoning helps with Rune Span, probably a skip. Legendary Jack of Trades, if you are going for the meta experience gains, this is probably the best aura to get for you. You are going to have to buy all the lower tier Jack of Trades as well. This is only a 25% discount as well on top of that. So really only for the hardcore skillers, you should grab this. But if you are mainly worrying about skilling, this is probably the first one you're going to want to grab. Legendary Wisdom, same deal. Probably the second one after Jack of Trades to grab. It gives you an increase by 2.5% to your experience. Only a 25% discount, but still really good. Legendary Enrichment, this is for divination. If you're doing a lot of divination, this is probably the first skill or first aura that I would grab. I actually already own this aura on my main account because it does allow you to get better GP per hour when you are harvesting divine energies, and it's something that I enjoy doing, but that's entirely up to you. Legendary Call of the Sea, it does help you get faster fish, and fishing is one of those slower skills, so the increase from the 15% chance to catch the fish is larger than it is in most skills, so probably another decent one to grab. Legendary Greenfingers, I know some people like this, but with the decrease in amount of herbs that people are growing, probably not worth grabbing anymore. 5-finger discount. Thieving is just such a fast skill, and I don't think it actually helps with safe cracking at all, so probably a skip there. Legendary Lumberjack, if you are doing Elder Logs, probably worth it. If not, probably a skip. Legendary Quarrymaster, if you are AFKing mining for some money or something, it's a decent option, but since mining isn't the best GP per hour anymore, probably a skip on that. And Legendary Tracker, honestly, Hunter is probably a decent option to have a 15% increase to your hunting chance. I was going to say to skip it, but definitely something worth grabbing if you are going to be doing a lot of Hunter. That being said, Hunter is a faster skill, so only really grab this if you are really worried about the arc or if you are doing something in Hunter for money making. Skip over all of the other skilling auras because they are going to be the same deal as the legendaries, but Supreme Brawler as well as the Supreme Runic Accuracy and the Supreme Sharpshooter, they all give you a 10% increase to your hit chance. These are very good for higher level bossing. This is probably a somewhere between tier 1 and tier 2 aura, all of the increase to your accuracy. That being said, they only give you 25% decrease to the cost for the Supreme version, and you do have to buy the other 3 versions to get up to them, so if you have the extra loyalty points and you plan on doing high level PVM in the future, definitely worth grabbing these now, but it's probably only like a 5 to 10% decrease in the overall price for these accuracy auras. Supreme Corruption. This is an interesting case because every single time you get 500 prayer points, it gives you a 10% increase to your prayer point recovery. These are really only useful for Firewatch or other things that give you a large quantity of prayer experience, but it makes it so that you don't have to worry at all about keeping your prayer points up. So I may actually grab one of these up as like a tier 3, tier 4 combat aura, but it's such a niche case, this is one of the first things that you should drop. Talking about another niche case, Aegis. Aegis is going to decrease the amount of damage that you take based on your defense level. So this is really good if you are going to be tanking any of the higher level bosses, such as in raids. Besides that, though, not a whole lot of use for the Aegis. I do want to mention, though, forgot to mention, with the Supreme Corruption, Supreme Harmony, and the Supreme Salvation, these all do the exact same thing. It's just depending on which color of wings that you want. More skilling auras on this page. More skilling auras. And we do have the Supreme Runic Accuracy and Supreme Sharpshooter. That's what I was talking about, the 2 increases to your accuracy. I do want to mention the Supreme Reverence. This is an option to buy, but I think Penance is actually a better aura in most cases. So I would personally skip the Supreme Reverence. It's probably tier 3, tier 4 combat aura. It's something you may end up using occasionally in combat, but not the best thing in the world. Supreme Poison Purge, again, tier 4 by far. If you're going to be doing some of the niche things that do poison you, may be worth grabbing, but there's almost always a better aura out there. Talking about better auras for combat, though, they did add these. I was kind of nervous about it. Reckless, Maniacal, and Berserker. As you can see, they do have a 30% decrease to their cost. These are all a must pick up. If you're going to be doing any higher level bossing at any point in time, these are absolutely insane. They boost your level in the skill, ranged, magic, and attack, and strength by 10%. And decrease your defense by 15%. Depends on which one you buy. Reckless is the range, Maniacal is the magic, and Berserker is the melee version. These are absolutely insane for high level bossing because if you think about it, a 10% increase to your attack and strength doesn't seem like a huge deal, but it gives you a 20 to 30% increase in your DPS, and it also increases your hit chance because you have a higher level in the skill. This is just absolutely insane. It means that you have such a higher DPS that you should be grabbing these and using them first at just about every high level boss. The decrease by 15% in your defense is nominal compared to the extra amount of damage you're going to be doing from having the 10% increase to your offensive skills. So you're just going to have to be you're having to tank the creature for less time, so it is definitely worth grabbing these for almost everybody. So, all in all, the options that I would personally recommend you buy is Vampirism, Reckless, Maniacal, and Berserker. These are going to be the 4 orders that you should absolutely pick up if you have enough loyalty points to buy all 4 of them. After that, I would probably be going for the Supreme Runic Accuracy and Supreme Sharpshooter. These are probably your best bet. They do require a lot of lower tiered auras though, so they aren't as good of a deal as they originally look, but they are still a slight discount. After that though, there's not really a whole lot of good options. You've probably used up the majority of your loyalty points at that point. But I would personally go for Jack of Trays to start out with if you don't have a max cape or a comp cape yet. And then after that, go for whichever skill that you are going to be looking at getting. That should use up all of your legend or loyalty points. I am going to be spending over 500,000 loyalty points right now, so let me go ahead and do that while I sign out. Alright, time to spend my 555,000 loyalty points. I do already have Vampirism Dark Magic, so those are not options for me because I already spent money on them. I also do already have Reckless, so I am going to be picking up Maniacal. This is very good for Telos. Go ahead and buy that. Also buy the Berserker. I'm not sure exactly what I would be using Berserker on, but it is an option in the future. Supreme Reverence, I already have the other 3 tiers, might as well grab up this one just because I have enough loyalty points to do so. Supreme Core Remaster, again, just because I have the other tiers, let's go ahead and buy that up. Buy Supreme Tracker, again, just because I have the other tiers, and I've already purchased the other tiers, so that's something very nice. I may be doing some tanking in the future, so let's go ahead and grab up the Aegis. This is very good for tanking, as I have already mentioned. Thinking about getting a couple of legendaries as well, I guess. I do already have 1 legendary enrichment. Honestly, I really dislike Hunter, so let's go ahead and grab up the legendary tracker. I just absolutely hate when I don't actually get the thing that I'm trying to use. All in all, I'm not actually sure what to spend my last 200,000 points on. It's kind of weird. I thought I wasn't going to have enough points for this sale, and I'm actually running out of things to spend them on. Going to come back to you guys in a couple seconds once I figure out what I'm going to be buying. I did figure out what to spend my points on. It's going to be the Runic Accuracy as well as the Brawler Aura. Now, the issue is I don't actually have the prerequisite Runic Accuracy, so I'm going to have to buy that at full price, as well as Brawler if I can find it here. I think I may actually not have any of the Brawler auras, though, so that is probably the issue. Okay, so Brawler, Greater Brawler, do I have that? Do not have Greater Brawler, so let's go ahead and go to the original Brawler. These are going to be for the melee skill. I honestly haven't really done a whole lot of melee, so that's probably why I don't have these auras. It kind of feels bad to be spending full price for these auras, but I know that it's going to mean that I can buy the higher tier for the lower price. Go ahead and grab the Supreme Brawler for the discount. That is going to leave me with 79,000 left, and go back to the featured Solomon store, and I should be able to pick up the best Supreme Runic Accuracy. There we are. So that is 36,000 left. So we spent over 500,000 loyalty points. It doesn't look like we can actually buy anything else for a discount, so no worth actually going and trying to grab anything like the Corruption Aura. I was thinking about going for Corruption, but I think that Aegis is probably better, and a couple of the skilling things that I don't actually like are probably a little bit better than a very niche aura specifically for just Firewatch. All in all, basically have every aura that I could possibly want, though. So really happy about this sale. Let me know what you guys chose to buy in the comment section down below. Also leave a like if this helped you at all with your personal buying spree. Hopefully you have a decent amount of loyalty points saved up. And also subscribe to my channel so you can see all my future content. As always, though, have a good one.